Hello, everybody. I'm Brian,
And I'm Brian.
and this is Brian versus Brian, episode 191. Happy Easter! We
Happy
picked a
Easter.
very Easter movie for you. Everyone gets around the television, at least in my family, every Easter Sunday. You know, we all gather around, get your eggs, get your candy, and your candy grass baskets, and we all watch Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
That's the one.
In our defense, there are eggs in this movie, so there is a connection there. And there's birth, and there's a birth. There's some
Yep.
parallels.
There's a resurrection.
That's right.
You draw the parallels. I don't know. It's really a movie about the Christ story. Okay, I think. Yep, Alien Resurrection, 1997. Yeah, November 26, 1997. Directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet. Written by Joss Whedon.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
We all like Joss Whedon. Although he does say this is not much. I don't know. They changed his script a lot.
Mm.
Didn't let him do a lot of the things he wanted to do. Had a lot of stipulations for him to meet. So he's kind of like, this was just a job. I didn't
Yeah,
get to put much love into it, even though I picked the job because I love Alien and I wanted to make a good Alien movie. But then there was all these caveats he had to stick to. Okay, yeah, the return of Sigourney Weaver. We got Winona Ryder, and this is like right at her like shoplifting stuff. I think this is like her first
Yeah, I think so.
like kind of
Around there.
comeback type of thing where she was getting in trouble. Ron Perlman. I like how Ron Perlman plays a character named Ron.
Yeah.
Big stretch. I mean, what does he say? What's that line where he's on the top of the steps? I am not the one to be fucked with.
Oh, yeah.
Like speaking in like Shakespearean pirate. Uh, anyways, set 200 years after the preceding installment, Alien 3. Ellen is cloned, and an alien queen is surgically removed from her body. I don't remember, how does she get an alien queen inside her? And how would they even know that? I don't remember it being anything to do with a queen. I just remember her getting aliened, right? Is that what
Yeah.
happened?
I haven't seen 3 in a while, but I think it was a
Didn't
queen. It's been so long since I watched it, but I think that was the big deal in the third one. Like, oh, it's a queen.
she
I don't
didn't
know how
get
they would know
aliens?
that, but
She didn't. Did she get alien during the movie, or was it in the pod between 2 and 3?
I think
Because I
it
know
was
the
in the
other two
pod
like got
between two
killed
and
in the.
three.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it seems like a long time for the alien to be in you. Most times it's about 10 minutes in the film.
Yeah.
It's like, oh! She got through a whole fucking movie, dude.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Alien queen surgically removed. And this time it's not the uh, Weyland-Yutani Corporation. It's the United Systems military. They hope to breed the aliens and study them on the spaceship USM Ariga? Aruga, using human hosts abducted by our ragtag team of mercenaries, which is who was that? Ron Perlman, Winona Ryder, Dominique Pignon as Dom. Who was? Oh yeah, he was the wheelchair guy.
Oh,
I
I
guess.
can, yeah.
Hey, what the frick you gonna do right here? Yeah, I'm getting there. And it's like 200 years after Alien 3, and this guy's got a wheelchair the size of a Volkswagen.
Oh, yeah, it's
You think they
huge.
can't come up with a better design, something that
Hmm.
maybe even floats like Professor X, or even better, just some kind of crazy robot leg braces, since they've already had a robot exoskeleton in 2. It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
nope, he's got this, and they're all in tiny spaceship. He's like, doing 99-point turns in the hall, trying to turn around. Oh, hold on. That just struck me as that's strange. That
Yeah.
you would have that archaic ass design for a wheelchair. It's like the
And he-
bottom of Johnny Five. It's got
Yeah,
giant
yeah.
tank treads and shit.
And he shows off too. I think there's one moment early on where like this huge bay doors opens and he does a full 360 for no reason and then comes in.
Woo!
360, yeah.
Woo! Who wants to dance?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that they show Sigourney Weaver being talked to, and I don't know. They're trying to teach her words and stuff, and she seems off, right? She's a little weird. She's a clone, and well, who's the fucking clone doctor? Oh yeah, Dorf.
Yeah,
Brad
yeah,
Dorf,
yeah.
Chucky. He's pretty good. He's pretty good in this. He's so creepy, man. I just see Chucky when I see him.
Yeah, totally.
He's like, "Give me the power, I beg of thee."
You fucking bitch!
Andy, you've all grown up. So we got yeah, the ragtag mercenaries are bringing a shipment to these to the U.S. military, and then it's like I like how they're all getting all ready. The guy's got the guy. He looks like who's that black guy? He's been in some other stuff. I don't know him too well, but he's kind of reminds me of the "I want to get away" in this movie.
Lenny Kravitz?
He looks like kind of like a Lenny Kravitz looking dude. He's got the guns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah! They'll never notice this shit. It's like, okay, dude. They're hooked to my arms. How are you gonna notice?
Yeah.
They're all getting loaded up and like, what are we doing? Why are we getting so strapped up? Isn't this the military? I'd rather be with it than without it.
Yeah.
That one creepy
Crow,
guy.
the guy from The Crow, yeah.
Yeah. We killed you, man. Yeah, Winona Ryder seems really out of place. Why are we going to this place?
Yeah.
Shut up, newbie, you dumb bitch. God, Ron, you're an asshole. Fuck you, Ron. And then, oh yeah, we got Ron Perlman dropping that giant, just fucking weird shit.
Oh, yeah,
acting like an ape. He looks like an ape. So he's probably offended. Hey, why am I acting like an ape? I don't even look like an ape. Sure. Oh no, not at all. You look like he's fucking scraped your knuckles walking here, dude. Drops his giant knife in the wheelchair guy's leg while he's working on something. And then Winona Ryder. No, you jerk.
You asshole.
Yeah. Oh, you asshole. And it's like, I get it. It's kind of fun and games. You can't feel it. But his legs are a part of his body and alive. He could die from internal bleeding. You know what I mean? If you hit an artery or something, it's not like his legs are just fucking pieces of plastic. You know? Now he needs medical attention. This has to be surgically fixed. It's like he just goes throughout. He just didn't do anything. He just pulls it out. Hey!
Yeah.
Fucking jerk. So I thought that was strange. Oh yeah, and then asks for his knife back, and she breaks it off in that piece of machinery. I am not the one to be fuck it with. Yep. And then so they go on the ship. Who's that guy? Like the general of the ship. He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. He's like one of those. Oh, that guy. He's like one of those actors. You've seen him a million times, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of one of the big things I know him from. One of them '80s things. He's got a lot of good roles in those kind of movies. Anyways, he's a general dude. They're all searching him and shit, bringing him on, and they got some cargo, which they don't. The cargo is humans in cryopods, which they don't find at all to be strange.
Yeah.
I guess from their point of view, you could be like, "Oh, this is military. Maybe they're criminals or something." I don't know.
Right. Probably money incentivized anyway. It's like, whatever.
But I think he does know, because he's like, what I do know is that the space military wouldn't be operating outside of jurisdictional space on a spaceship like this. Other shit like that. Well, I don't think everything going on over here is exactly kosher, you know. He's got that voice.
Yeah.
Uh, um. And then where do we go? Oh yeah, and we got the Brad Dourif character. They start experimenting on these people. Fucked up, man. They got them strapped up and his heads over the eggs. Oh yeah, they show him surgically removing the queen. That's a kind of interesting scene. Careful, like that guy's just there to say careful while he's surgically. Careful.
Go away.
God damn it, be careful. And then like he's like shaking.
Yeah.
You're making me nervous. So they get the queen out of there. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, this never made sense to me, or like watching it today, it didn't make sense to me because I don't know if you remember this too, but I had a clear memory of the end of Alien 3 when, spoiler alert, Ripley kills herself. She kind of like jumps into a vat of, I don't know what it was.
I think it was lava. Wasn't it like a foundry?
Yeah. But as she's falling, the alien explodes in her chest, and then she holds it and then dies. And either way, she dies. So it's like, I don't know how they're extracting the alien if they both died. I don't know. It's really weird.
It's
Is it like
dumb.
a DNA thing? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, they said they had to get like frozen DNA, and then it's like they clone you, but you go back to your exact like moment before you died, so you have an alien in you and all this stuff. And not only did they clone you, but we couldn't clone you. We had to use some alien DNA and splice it to get it to work.
Jurassic Park
now
shit.
You're
Like, we need a little animatic with the DNA guy explaining the whole.
Hey, xenomorph DNA. There are a million of DNA molecules in the Ripley body, but we couldn't find all of them in the ice, so we had to replace them with xenomorph DNA. This is a xenomorph. It's all scary, isn't it?
I'm dying. Oh shit. Oh man. DNA.
Xenomorph dog DNA from Alien 3.
Oh my god.
What's the name of the dog at T2? Wolfie is dead. What happened to Wolfie? It's a xenomorph.
Oh shit.
That's awesome. Someone's got to animate that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of those YouTube videos, like everything wrong with Alien Resurrection or Alien Resurrection explained in 10 minutes. All done in that cartoon style. So you want to learn about Alien Resurrection?
Oh god.
So they got the alien out of her, and they're like, well, what do we do with her? She's a prime specimen. We can keep her around. It's like they don't kill her. Just keep her in a cage so they can talk to her and teach her words like spoon, cereal,
fruit. Yeah,
fruit. Yeah, she holds up no, it's cherries, bitch. You got it wrong. Yeah, her performance is kind of strange. She agreed to do this because she thought it'd be interesting to give Ripley something different, and I guess one of the things that I read was praised about this movie was her performance. I guess it is kind of interesting how she gets to do this dark, weird Ripley. It's okay. I was wondering how old Winona Ryder was in this. I was like, man, how old is she during this movie? She's 26.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver, I think, was 48 or 47. In this, I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
This is 1997. It's like I looked at, she's like 73 today. It's like, holy fuck. People getting old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they keep her alive. Oh my god, this movie goes downhill real quick, man. I remember liking this one as a kid, and actually liking it more than 3. I think I was wrong, and we'll soon see why. First scene, Ripley meeting the mercenary crew. They come in and Ripley's shooting baskets.
Yeah, shooting hoops.
You know, she's on the hoops. She's on the ball court, as they say. using her alien talents. And we also mixed in a little bit of Charles Barkley DNA. You know, she'll cross you up. So and he's just playing in these giant boots, these giant red leather strappy boots, perfect for b-balling. And Ron Perlman comes in there. How about a game of 1-on-1? And then she's doing these things like we're supposed to think is cool basketball moves. Like, oh, she's good, but she's not dribbling. She's just kind of tossing the ball between her hands, as if that's what basketball players do. Like, oh, you got some moves. He comes up close. She puts it like behind his head.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't know how to dribble. We haven't taught her about traveling. So, and then she's kind of doesn't say much to him, and he's like, "Come on, let's play 1-on-1. Fine, I know another game we could. Another indoor
sports.
Play." He's very crude and rude, Ron. I read that. This is how Sigourney Weaver's mind works. She saw this scene, started practicing at home to make this behind-the-shot basket. And I want to do it in real life. No CG, man. Like, this is the part you hang your hat on. Like, I'm going to get that basket right. But not learn any dribbling. So she's practicing and then gets to set, and it's a completely different distance and height of basketball hoop.
Yeah.
So, but she still makes it the first try.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember hearing this. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and the basket goes out of frame, like above, like this, the frame, and then back into the frame. So it looks like it could be fake because it went out of frame. And they asked her if she wanted them to digitally put it in when it goes out to make it not go out. She's like, no, leave it. That's the perfect shot.
Yeah.
And I guess she makes it, and Ron Perlman goes, holy fuck! like almost ruins the take. Like, luckily there's enough time in between they could cut it.
Yeah. You should keep that in, man. That's good.
Fucking Ron Perlman. Holy shit! Anyways, moving on, man. Yeah, and then we got the fucking Brad Dourif fucking teasing the aliens. I'm pretty sure they say later there's like 13 aliens because they kill one and like how many are left? There's 12 more.
Yeah.
I thought there was only 6 bodies. I only remember 6 people being pinned up and having eggs. Right? Don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I was like, where the fuck are they come up with 13? That's more than double the 6 bodies I saw.
Yeah.
So how the fuck is there 13 aliens? Anyways, in my mind there's 6. And then in the cage after they come out, there's only 3.
Or 2. There's only 3 in the thing, and then they attack the third one. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just like looking at it and, oh, you're beautiful.
Like making out with the glass.
Yeah, weirdo. This alien is played by the guy who played the alien in 3 and in Alien vs. Predator. Like, it's a real guy in suits. So for most of these movies, they choose to do suits and a guy, which is pretty cool. Yeah, he's kind of like that. He's like the Gollum actor. He's just well known for his animalistic, not being on film parts. So that's pretty cool. And they slightly altered the alien design. I can't remember what they did. I think it's got like dog-like back legs this time and a more pointed dome. And I can't really tell. It looks pretty alien to me. It didn't look too crazy. They did go back to the normal alien dome. I'm pretty sure where it's not like Alien 2 or Aliens. Remember they kind of took off the clear dome and it was more the rigid thing that was underneath.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
I never liked that design. I like that movie, but I just think the clearish, translucent dome thing is really cool looking. Mm-hmm. Like, why take that off? Yeah, so he's fucking with him and he's got that button. And it comes back to the glass and has his hand over the button. Like looks at the button. Oh, you're a fast learner.
Take notes.
The alien. Alien's writing it down. they're strategically testing the defenses. Thing is, they never test the same part of the glass twice. If you look in their eyes, they're thinking, they're working it out. It's another Dino DNA reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what happens after that? I
I
know
think
we
that's
get
when
the
all shit hits the fan once those two escape. That's all
yeah.
the
Once
bells
the
and
shit
whistles
hits
start
the
going.
fan,
Yeah.
the movie just doesn't care really about the story
Yeah.
or why the aliens or the anything. It's just, and it happens pretty quick.
Yeah.
And was it like 20 minutes in? We get it
hmm
aliens and shit. I'm like, oh. Well, usually they kind of build up to this, a little more,
Yeah.
a little more story, a little more suspense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was like, shit, we're right into it.
All three
And then
movies are slow burns. This is not a slow burn at all. It happens immediately. Yeah.
yeah, and so the two aliens, like, they fucking learn, and it's kind of sad. The three aliens, two
I
of them
know.
look at the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. Two of them look at the other
Oh.
one, and the other one's like, and it's like making kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
like it knows. It
hmm
fucking knows. What do you guys look? Hey man, how you guys look? I don't like the look in your eyes. Hey man, I'm one of you. Well, I mean, we're friends, right? And then they kind of they somehow know they have acid fucking blood. We
Yeah.
gotta fucking kill this guy, get his acid blood to burn us a hole to escape this place. It's like the Great Escape, dude.
Yeah.
There's a whittling away at the wall for weeks. They got a mannequin xenomorph made out of paper mache they put up at night.
Oh god.
So, anyways, they start launching their little mouths through him, through his dome, just busting through, and then he's laying there, just gonna burns a hole, and they both leave. It was sad.
Yeah.
It
It
was like,
was
oh,
pretty sad.
I was like, shit. I was sadder than Ripley dying in 3. It was like,
Yeah.
felt worse for the alien. So now they're escaped. So as far as I know, there's 2 fucking aliens, but apparently there's fucking
12. Yeah.
13.
13.
Yeah, we had 12. So, I don't even remember. After this, it just becomes a hodgepodge of running from aliens.
Yeah, I
They
think
do
at one point, like Winona Ryder, was it Call? I think that was her name, Call. She goes to
Callie? I don't know.
break into Ripley's cell, and I don't remember what happens in that confrontation. But she gets kidnapped by the guy, and they take her to the rec room, and that's when all the military guys are like putting the crew at gunpoint. There's like a little scuffle, and you realize that Ron Perlman's coffee cantana is a secret shotgun, baby.
Uh, and we do establish that, yeah, Annalie, realizes that who Ripley is, and she came to kill her. And then she sees the scar. They took it out of you, and all that stuff. And get
Yeah.
out of here. They're watching. She's thinking there's a weird fucking cage with a giant silo. It's really strange. They're looking for you. And, yeah, somehow they confront the general and find out about these. Oh no, then they have one of the scientists with them or something trying to escape. The general gets killed pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, it's during the escape when all the military guys are getting out of the pods. He gets. Well, I like that shot of the grenade. I always thought, like, even as a kid, I was, ooh, that was cool. Like when CG was kind of new in the late '90s, early '90s. I remember that grenade shot being really like tosses that grenade. It's like a CG grenade. It's like bouncing everywhere, and then it circles into the. It's like, oh, that's fucking cool. But yeah, he dies.
Oh yeah,
Dies in that scene.
and yeah, then they team up with like one of the scientists, not the dwarf one, with the other one.
The be
And it
careful
kind of
guy.
explains.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of explains. Yeah, that's an alien. Oh shit! And they kill one. How did they kill that first one? Didn't he shoots like a fucking grenade into its head, or is that in the water? I don't remember how they.
I know that the wheelchair guy kills one of them because he gets the drip on his ear and then he starts fucking unloading on it. Or maybe it's unclear whether he killed it, but he definitely unloaded on one of them. And then, it's Sigourney Weaver kills one. The crow guy gets, attacked. and they find his dead body, and they're all freaking out. And then the alien shows up, and they're like, "Oh!" And then the alien turns around back to the dead body and puts his head down there, and then opens its mouth, and you see a shotgun like go into its mouth and explode.
Oh yeah.
And then Ripley comes out from under the floor.
Yep. And then yeah, they're kind of explaining all that. That one's dead. And then they get, well, how many more are there? Ron Perlman. How many more of these goddamn monsters did you make? There's 12 more. Fucking A! 12!
Yeah, they say 12 like 4 times. 12? And the other guy, 12. And another guy, 12. It's like, all right, we get it.
It was a baker's dozen, but we killed one. Always make an extra, they say. And for some reason, the ship is destined to go to Earth. Right? It's like an emergency protocol. It'll go back to its home port. Where's that? Earth. Oh, shit. And then, yeah, so they got to kill all the aliens or they're going to try and blow up the ship before it gets to Earth, so all of a sudden they care about everybody. It's like there's tons of other planets and inhabited. These guys have like never even been to fucking Earth. And they're worried about Earth getting invaded by these 12 aliens. So they're going to blow up the ship. That's the plan. And then... Okay, we can get to this part of the ship that has the escape pod, and we can get it to blow up, but we gotta swim through the kitchen. It's about...
Oh, they got to get to the ship. Yeah, the Betty, I think. They're trying to get to her. Yeah.
It's about 900... No, it was about 90 yards or something. 900 feet. It's like, well, that's a fucking long swim underwater, dude. I don't know, man. Yeah. I guess this is one of the first things they filmed. And, of course, it's real water. They always got to put the actors in super danger in 1997. Yeah. And I guess, what's her name? Winona Ryder had almost drowned when she was 12. And she had never gone in the water since.
Oh, shit.
And so it's like the first thing she's got to film. And like this is like her career's kind of hanging on this. Hadn't had a movie in a while because all her troubles. Mm-hmm. And I guess she just had a crazy panic attack and like almost died and all this other stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah. But this scene is pretty cool, man. I like the aliens swimming.
Yeah. The way
it's almost like they're meant to swim. They're just like swimming through it. And then there's that really cool... When Ron Perlman, the bubbles, shoots the torpedo, the grenade through the water. And
I like how the first one dodges it, and the second one gets hit, but that was kind of cool.
And then, they make their way out, and got to get to the air, and it's like a sack. Oh, they got to cut through it, and then, oh my god, it's lined with eggs! Ah, shit! This sucks. And they're all opening. Oh yeah, what did Ron Perlman say? It's a fucking ambush. Yeah, they knew you were gonna come up right here.
What are you talking about?
It seems like a pretty simple, just go underwater. I feel like, what do they get? They get in the water and like, or if you're gonna tell me the face huggers can swim really good too. I guess they do look like crabs. They're all just like, fucking octopus swimming. And one gets on Ripley, which doesn't make sense because all the other aliens seem to know she's an alien, right? And don't fuck with her, really. I don't remember an alien ever trying to kill her, or they kind of know, like they treat her like one of them. But the facehugger's like, nope, just fucking latches on. And we know from previous movies you can't get that fucker off, and then she just kind of pulls it off in the water. Just rips it off at like the tail, I think, too. Just like, she does have super strength they established from the alien, so that could be it. Then they get out, and then they get to the top. Like the first one is the doctor. Give me your gun. I can help cover you. You're an idiot. God damn, the old double cross. I didn't even see it coming. This ship will get to Earth. Or some shit. These aliens are too valuable. And then what does he do? Kills that guy. I can't remember who's at the top of the steps with him.
It's Winona Ryder. He shoots Winona Ryder and she falls down, and then he goes through the door.
Oh yeah, shoots her, and then she falls into the water. Yeah, goes to the door, locks it. They're all up there trying to get out of the door. And then and it's like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? And the door opens. It's wet, Winona Ryder. Like she went and swam around to the other side of the door. We could have just done this way the whole time. I found another way. That wasn't through the egg sac.
Oh my god.
And then they're like, oh my god, I saw you get, what do you say? I saw you take one to the chest. And they all look at it, and it's got the synthetic hole. That's kind of a cool moment, because like there's secret synthetic in one. Number 2 is not really a secret, but it kind of plays into number 1's being scared of him. Number 3, I don't remember. Oh,
Lance Henderson reprises his role, but I don't think there's a synthetic robot as like a main character.
Oh, yeah, number 3, she has the head, right?
Yeah, Lance. Yeah, Bishop's head.
Yeah, she's able to plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bubbling that white goop.
Yeah.
Hello, Red Blade. Yeah, then they talk about it. Oh my god, there hasn't been synthetics. They got discontinued. What are you? And then, are you one of them? She's a second gen. And all of a sudden they know that shit.
Yeah.
Robots built by robots.
I love how excited he gets, because he just reminds me of Training Day. He's the shit pushing guy. He has that same type of energy in that scene. Oh shit, man! She's one of those, man.
Yeah, it's Tuco.
Tuco.
I love that. It's fucking Tuco.
Yeah, for Breaking Bad.
Yeah, because earlier he's like, "Get the fucking door open, man!" The whole thing of thinking, "Yeah, tight, yeah." I don't care, Xenomorph. Fucking clone, bring me more of that shit, Heisenberg. Tight. Young ass Tuco.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh shit, he's going crazy, and Ron Perlman's like, can't believe I almost fucked you. And then God. I think somebody else says, "Don't act like you never fucked a robot."
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, and that one guy sacrifices himself to
Christy?
Lenny Kravitz looking guy.
Yeah.
Because he gets injured with the acid on the face, and he's climbing up, and he's got the guy in a backpack, the wheelchair guy, and then he's like, oh, kind of spins around, and then the wheelchair guy is holding on. Oh, this little guy, who, reasonably would have more arm strength, because that's all he ever uses. He's holding on, and then like that guy, he seems pretty fine. His face is just a little disfigured. And he's like, just decides to unstrap him, so cut his fucking straps and fall into the water for no fucking reason. It's like, I feel like you could have made it, bro. But yeah, robot designed by robots. She's there to kill Ripley. Doesn't go into much why a fucking robot made by robots would even care. I access the whole mainframe. I know all the info about Ripley and the clones, and okay. Why? And why do you care? Okay? I made it my own mission, okay? I needed a purpose. And I like how they were discontinued because they didn't like taking orders. Did you? Tight. Yeah, so then on the way they find the room of it's Ripley 8, so the 7 other clones. That's pretty fucking funny.
It's wild, yeah.
They got the little fucking one that's all head. They got one that's, a disfigured, grotesque shrimp-looking thing with titties. Mm-hmm. Ron Perlman's walking through there like, all right, And then there's one on a table that's the most Sigourney Weaver looking.
Yeah,
and it's pretty fucked up though. It's got like alien hands, with those fucking fingers. They're like fucking the Babadook.
Yeah,
fucking
totally.
like 10 inches long. There's like fucking tubing out of her and shit. She's like, kill me. And then I like how Winona Ryder comes up and gives her a fucking gun, and I was like, oh, I think I remember. and she flamethrowers her. I was like, dude, why would you just shoot her? This is the
Yeah.
fucking worst. Fucking just flamer.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking. It's like the thing. You know. Yeah, you could use a bullet, dude. Jesus Christ. Jeez, man, be a little kinder. And then she starts, she could, and then she goes back to the big floating tubes. Instead of shooting them and having them fall out, she flamethrowers them. So it's just like a long process of getting the fucking tube hot enough that it shatters.
Yeah.
And everyone's just kind of watching. Kind of like, oh, this is what she has to do.
This is deep, man.
This is what she's got to do, man. Fuck, I'd do the same thing if I had 8 clones in her fucking tube, man. I'd burn them, personally. I'd keep one as a pet, though. The little fucked up weird one. That one come with me. Yeah. And then we're out of here. As in, oh yeah, she meets the queen somewhere along the way. The queen... Doesn't the queen, like... I can't remember. The queen not really want to hurt her or something. Oh, she falls into the like xenomorph like
Yeah.
design, right? I've never understood that. I understood why like they look like that. It's a cool Geiger design.
Yeah.
Looks very industrial / living. But I've never understood why in the places where the aliens are living, it makes sense in number 1 because it's a ship.
Right.
And that's just what the ship looks like. But in like number 2, when they kind of colonize, in this one, everything all of a sudden on the walls becomes looking like them. It's like the Geiger-esque and tubing, and it's like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
They're just building this, or what the fuck is like?
Yeah, what's happening?
I don't get why it looks like an industrial alien ship when it's just they're just living there. They see them.
Yeah, 3 of the 12 are mechanics and the
building
architects.
shit.
Yeah.
And she falls into it, and then she's like, and once again, you get the kind of Jesus pose, and like,
Yeah.
kind of wraps up, and she gets like sucked into it. Oh my God, where'd she go?
And then the next scene, she's being carried away by a xenomorph. I'm like, what are we watching right now? What the fuck is happening?
Is it kind of a sexual carry? You don't know what's going on. As a kid, I thought they were making love. I swear, I did, and I thought that in my mind that's where that baby came from. That's what I always thought, but obviously that wasn't the case. But it's kind of over the shoulder, and you see her head moving, and then you see the xenomorph. And I was
It like fades in, fades out. It's kind of like
I was thinking, are they brother? What's going on here? You're making love. You're one of us. But anyways, they explain not very well. They explain like, oh, the queen is different because how was it different? Did they genetically make it that way, or is it because it came from Ripley? It now has a human reproduction system. It has a uterus and it can give birth instead of lay eggs. But it did lay eggs.
Yeah.
So we can do both. All right. So it's got this alien human hybrid, which I don't get why having a human reproduction system would make the baby part human.
Yeah.
Right? I would think it would just make it give live birth instead of eggs. So it gives birth. Ripley's in the room, the queen's in the room, and this alien is pretty fucking grotesque and scary looking.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
It's got like
looking.
the humanoid skull nose, like Michael Jackson nose.
Yeah.
And it's got the skull black eyelets, but then there's black eyes on the inside. You don't really notice until they pull in. It's like, and it's like emoting through the eyes. It's like, oh shit, dude. That guy also played this alien. And I think it goes up to Ripley first and kind of touches her face, maybe. Oh, and then we got Brad Dourif up on the wall.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
It's a baby!
Beautiful butterfly! What the fuck?
Then it goes up to the queen and kind of touches her face. Oh, beautiful. And then it like swipes the top mandible off her face. Like,
Yeah.
why? I brought you into this world. And then Brad Dorf, no! And it goes and kills Brad Dorf. It never really shows him. Oh, I guess it does show him killing, but it's not as menacing as the alien because it doesn't have an inner mouth.
Yeah.
So it kind of just does this weird thing where like it opens his jaw crazy, just gonna bites people. Fuck you. Take that, It kills him and then goes over to Ripley. Oh, I think before it kills him because she's like, he says, "Oh, it thinks you're his mother."
Yeah.
It's got this, sounds like a fucking baby dolphin.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't do the voice.
Oh, and
Oh,
interesting
shit.
factoid. This the guy who directed this movie, I heard he needed an interpreter on set because he doesn't speak English very well, and he's very French. They're very sexual. He insisted on having this giant vagina / penis genitalia on the front. You know that front where it bows out, kind of where its crotch would be on the
Yeah.
alien when they pull out. It's on there. And I've seen it, picture of it. It's like a big vagina with a penis, almost like clitoris, hanging over the front. So it's
Weird.
both. Yeah, and that's in the movie. They filmed with that, and they had to take it out post.
Yeah, you imagine the
Because
MPA
he was like-
no.
No, I don't even think it was their fault. I just heard it was like him after seeing it was like, yeah, it is a bit much. even for him, it was like, yeah, it doesn't serve any purpose.
It's got saggy
that's-
breasts. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Oh, it's got the every scary tall creature has those saggy breasts.
Yeah.
Like what was that one movie we
Oh
watched?
yeah, like the
where they're out
Blair
in
Witch and Barbarian. Like that kind of shit.
yeah. Get a Bob. So yeah, I don't remember when she just leaves, right? She
Yeah,
just
they
leaves.
make it to the Betty. Oh, we forgot about the. I like this guy a lot. He plays a really good fucking anxiety-induced role, but it's the guy from Seven. They find him in some lab, and he wakes up. He's like, "Where the fuck am I?" And they're like, "Oh, you got one inside you." What the fuck is in me? Like that guy. Anyways,
I
they
say we
make it to the
fucking
Betty.
put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
He's got one of those things. What's inside of me? Just slowly ask maybe 20 times.
Yeah, oh,
What's
yeah.
inside of me? And then by the end, what the fuck's inside of me?
I like that scene because they're all, like you said, they're all just like talking about ways to handle him. He's just like, "What's inside me?" Until it boils over. But yeah, so they make it back to the Betty, and he is finally, the aliens start to come out, and the scientist that shot Call has been missing this whole time, has snuck onto the Betty, waiting for them to show up to fly off. He shoots the
Instead of taking the ship himself.
yeah, maybe he can't
And
fly. I don't know,
yeah.
but he shoots that guy, and there's like a big old fight, and there's a fun scene where like the crazy guy holds the scientist like in front of his chest, and then the alien birth happens, and it like shoots through the.
Well, the
guy's
fun part is him
forehead.
running at him first, like
Yeah.
knowing what he has to do to save the day. Just sprinting towards him and getting shot.
Shot like 7 times.
just taking it, holding it,
Yeah.
just bursting through. And I don't remember what happened to that alien.
I think
even-
that's another humorous thing because when that happens, it cuts to Ron Perlman and Tuco, and they like look at each other or something, and they just start unloading and screaming, "Ah!" And then it just cuts away. I had a little chuckle at that.
Yeah,
I think they shoot it to death.
right. And they get the ship and they leave. And then they leave. And then there's something wrong with it. It's like a car. It's like boom, boom, boom. Oh, the cargo door didn't shut all the way. Oh, I'm gonna go check on it.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
So it's a little bit open. They shut it, and then the humanoid aliens in there with Ripley and Buck and Annalee. And I don't remember if it does anything to Annalee. I think it just hits her, knocks her off into the distance.
Yeah, she's like hiding at some point, and it's like reaching at her. And then
Oh yeah.
I think Tuco, they asked like, "Hey, the door still isn't fucking shut. Like, go help her." And I think they send Tuco, and then it kills Tuco, if I remember right. And then it makes its way onto the main deck and get all the Ripley shit.
Yeah, really anticlimactic kind of battle. Um, she just kind of nurtures it and sees that there's a little tiny window port, and she goes up and grabs its face, and she knows she has acid blood. So she kind of just rubbing on his jaw and kind of cuts her hand on its big old tooth, and then like, but from behind her, kind of throws a, a little bit of blood onto the windows, like a loogie, and just slowly burning through. And she grabs onto a strap, and then spaceport getting sucked out, and then the alien gets sucked up to held up to the wall, and then it shows the outside, just a little tiny piece of alien, like a getting sucked. And it kind of tries to overpower it and pulls itself off the wall, but even an alien can't do that. And gets sucked back to the wall, and then that's a kind of cool visual, pretty dated CG though. All the entrails getting sucked, but then it's practical on the inside. At least I think so. And so getting sucked up, and then all the skin off the face until it's just the skull kind of bouncing on the hole and crashing through. That was kind of cool. Oh, yeah, it shows like this long trail of alien going through space. I'm surprised it didn't like wink or something.
Yeah, right.
Oh, who knows what's gonna happen next? And so they get to Earth. Annalie's like, "Oh, what are we gonna do now?" And Ripley's like, "I don't know. I've never been here either. I'm a clone.
Stranger here myself." Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I might look up my daughter again.
Yeah.
Always, it's been 290 years, motherfucker. Jeez, Christ. And that's the end. And they were gonna have a sequel. I guess Joss wrote one. It was an Earth setting, after they got there. But Sigourney Weaver said she was not interested in an Earth setting, but said she would be interested in a 5 if she thought the story was good. And still to this day, we never got that. And I think she's too damn old. What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
There's not much you can do. But quickly, before we get into that, did you see that new Alien trailer?
I know that there's a new one coming, Romulus, right? I haven't watched the trailer.
Yeah.
I hear it looks good.
Oh, dude, it looks fucking sweet. Just the visuals. A lot of people were saying, man, this guy must have fucking played Alien Isolation or something. Just the, like, cue card or whatever they call that, where it's got Alien Romulus, and it's like in a hallway, and it's like God rays coming from windows and cutting through steam, and it just looks like a scene right out of the Alien Isolation.
Cool. Nice. So it's got the setting down pretty well. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it looks really good, and I guess this guy's directed a lot of movies. Like he did that Don't Breathe, a lot of movies, and The Evil Dead.
Nice, that's good.
And so both those were set in just a house. And so he's really good at getting a lot of crazy action in a tiny, confined environment, which lends itself to, I guess, an alien on a ship really well.
Stoked.
So yeah, it looks fucking good. But this movie, not as good as I remember. I don't think, definitely not as good as 3. 3's pretty interesting when you go back and watch it. It is kind of cool. Probably not the way they should have gone with that story when she was young enough to kind of do some other things.
Yeah.
And you could have brought back Hicks and all of them, but didn't. It's just kind of whack.
Yeah, I have an unpopular opinion that I think that Alien 3 is pretty underrated. I really like that movie. It's not.
No, I think it's pretty good.
To be clear, it's not good. Not nowhere near in the same league as Alien or Aliens, but I really like that movie. I think it's got a good tone and atmosphere. It's really serious. It's really dark. I think the climax of that movie is really fun. It is kind of slow. I think that's most people's problem is it's too slow, which I understand. I'm sympathetic to that opinion. But I think it makes up for it in its climax with like all the tunnel shit and all the camera moves and like it's like it turns into chaos in the last like 40 minutes of that movie. I think it makes it worth the slow burn. But I don't get the hate. I mean, I guess I kind of understand the hate for it, but I'm not of the mind of that movie sucks. I think that's an underappreciated movie.
Yeah, it goes horror number one, number two action, number three kind of a thriller
Hmm.
type. So yeah, it kind of was cool. This one is just it's kind of an action movie, but they say it's a dark comedy. I was like, I don't know about that. I guess it is kind of over the top and funny. Um,
It's like a B
yeah,
movie. Yeah.
it, it's it's out there, man. Winona Ryder and Sigourney Weaver are pretty good. I do like their characters and the way they do things. Um, I think still both pretty underutilized in this movie. I don't know. Hmm. Worst of the four, but
Totally. Yeah. Totally.
I mean, still better than any Alien movie, or better than the Alien versus Predator shit.
Yeah.
Those are just all fucking garbage. Um, Prometheus is good, but I don't know. It's just something about it. It doesn't feel like an Alien movie anymore. It's just
Yeah. I
trying to
feel even
change
though that
the
Prometheus
lore
and
so much.
yeah, like Prometheus and Covenant are technically in this timeline and they're a part of this series, but at the same time, to your point, they kind of feel like their own thing, even though they're not, but they kind of feel like their own thing. Um, but I would say that if we are counting all of these, I think that for me, Resurrection is probably the least. I think that Prometheus and Covenant are better than this
Hmm.
one. Um, but if we're not counting those, then yeah, I agree with you. It's the worst of the four, the main four.
Yeah, I just don't like the retcon too of it. Now they're like a engineered bio weapon. It's like I think it works so much better when they're an actual just alien species we don't know about,
Yeah, totally.
and just scary. Um, yeah, but damn, I don't know. It's kind of fun. So, damn, this was hard to rate. 5.4.
Yes. Yes. We were a point off today. I was coming in with a 5.5. I don't like this movie that much. I think there's some stuff that it has going for it. I think there is a small section of this movie that is fun, particularly the swimming sequence that leads to like, oh no, there's eggs in the room. Like that at least has like tension and you're like on your edge of your seat, like how are they going to get out of this situation? And I think that alien movies shine in that kind of area where it's like puts you in the
Hmm.
shoes of the characters, how are they going to get out of this? But I don't know. I think what bothers me about this movie is I think the tone and atmosphere is really fucking weird, and I don't really like vibe with it. Like, everything's yellow, and I don't know. It's just a weird movie, weird looking movie. It's not very cinematic. It's kind of gross looking, to be honest. Um, Sigourney Weaver, I really like in her dramatic stuff in this movie. I think she's really good. But I think that there are moments where Josh Whedon gives a lot of the characters, including Sigourney Weaver, kind of like one-liners, and I think that when she's given one-liners, it doesn't really land with me. Like I think they're all kind of corny. Like for instance, hey, I heard you ran into these things before. That's right. Well, what'd you do? Huh? I died. I'm like, fucking, like just like corny one-liners like that she has throughout the whole movie. Like when she shoots the alien for the first time, like, was it everything you thought it would be? I was just like, God damn it. Like I don't know if it's like the delivery of her lines are just kind of corny and just like, ugh, please stop. And I think that the humor doesn't really land. This is the first alien movie that has actually written jokes and gags, so that kind of felt a little weird. Like two has like banter, like fun banter between the Marines, but I wouldn't say they're like written jokes. And this movie has like the Josh Whedon kind of funny banter, especially with Ron Perlman. I'm just like, this is all kind of weird. And but yeah, overall, yeah, I don't think it's that good. I too remember liking this movie quite a bit when I was younger. Mainly because I think some of the other ones was a little too slow for me at like a young age. This one's a little more faster
Hmm.
paced. It's got CG aliens and like,
And
it
it's pretty edgy. It's got like a
yeah,
1997 feel. Like in
totally.
1997, everything was kind of edgy and
Yeah.
fucking different, and like Halloween, uh, H2O would come out shortly after. Everything was like, and then the Lost in Space remake was around this time,
Hmm.
and it fit in 1997, and it felt cool
Yeah,
and fun.
totally. But yeah, watching it today, it was kind of a slog. So it was kind of a bummer. But yeah, 5.5 for me. It's fine. I think 5.5 is a fine, you know, rating, and I think that's what this movie is. There's some bits that I like, but as a whole, it's like, it's a shoulder shrug.
Yeah, did have a sick ass poster
Yeah,
slash cover. That is a pretty dope one with the Sigourney and
Winona Ryder,
Winona.
all
Cool
like green. Yeah,
Yeah, that was cool looking. Yeah, 5.5, 5.4. Check it out. It's on Hulu right now, currently. Yeah, that's it for this one. Happy Easter, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Hope you enjoy your holiday. As always, check us out on Apple Music as well as Spotify. And we're always here on YouTube. We'd appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Come check us out all the time. Throw some comments. Talk some crap. We need it. We love it. We thrive on it. All right? And until the next time we get that xenomorph DNA, peace.
peace.